Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of It's About Deep with the one and only, the Deep is over here. So, for today's episode, we got an exclusive. The team was able to delegate, and we found a good exclusive from an artist who goes by the title name Reggae, Reggae, Reggae Soul, Reggae Soul. Yeah, Reggae Soul. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry, my brother. um Reggae song. Okay. Title of the song and it's titled Lemonade by Reggae Soul, which was released I think a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken. But a few ticks and tricks about the song because it's a good song. It's a very, very deep, good song, which tells you a story, which tells you many things. Let me break it down. So, production wise. Production wise, you get a sense of deep house collaborating with tribal and a bit of tech. And I know the whole spectrum of it is deep house in general, but that's what you get: deep house, tribal, and tech. A bit of tech, which are just all the elements that I hear within this production. Because the uniqueness about this production, in terms of production wise, brother didn't wasn't afraid to play around, to play around with different elements and different sequencing because you have heavy production percussions within this production where they are heavy in the sense of they take their road, they are loud, and then you have those type of product percussions that resemble the tribal and Afro-Techish um house house genre where you know those drums, ne? That drums which come along every time when you're building up into the song. And then we have this synthesized chord or synthesized or synth chord, that synth chord, which he just introduces within the vibrating aspect of the song, where it's like do 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 do, and it builds up towards, or should I say, it pulls every component of the song, and it is like the leading force towards the production. That's production wise. Now let's go to the vocal. Shout out to the featured artist because this is a poetic vocal. You don't have your singing, you don't have, it's a poetic story where life gives me lemonade, life gives me lemons. We know that very cold. When life gives you lemon, make lemonade, which in a sense it's all down towards your mental capacity and how you take in that quote. It's just practically saying that when life blesses you with something that you don't know how to use, turn that something into something that you can use and something that you can benefit from and something that could change your life. For example, exhibit me how I relate with the song as music, because life blessed me with music and I was able to take music and put it into and use it in a force of just not having it for myself and being selfish, but share the experience that I have. Hence why I created this whole channel and this whole network that we are part of. So with the vocal aspect, it's a poem where the vocalist or the artist, the writer tells you a specific poem that glides along with the whole entire production. And listening to this track, it's 9 minutes long, ne? Oh, yeah, nine, close to 9 minutes long. Listening to it, I'm gonna chop it bit by bit because we have a specific structure that the team and I have decided to do. Um, Breaking down the song, it is a beautiful production from Reggae Soul. It is a beautiful production which signifies the talent that is placed upon many upcoming artists that are within the house spectrum space. Because for someone to keep on or for someone to produce music in such a manner of such, where you still have your tribal, your deep house, your Afro Turkish vibes within the whole component of a song. Because in most instances in today's production, you get most of the highs. We get production that is similar to what we're hearing in today's deep house spectrum, but to still continue on the roots of producing music that takes you on the journey of being tribal to being raw and being and a sort of nostalgia of deep house roots and deep house impact of when it was beginning or whatnot. And I love it when you hear such production in regards to that. Remember is VG TM8, that album of his somewhere, Hampstead Avenue, and the song. And I describe the same feeling, which is good to see artists who are still embarking on the route of creating Afro Turkish deep house music. I spoke for too long and I'm sorry. I mean, tribal deep house music that we know and we relate to. So without wasting your time, let's just listen and hear and agree with me that this is a good production. And go tune it out. It's available on all streaming platforms and everywhere. Let's go.
Life has given me lemons, so I made lemonade. So I made lemonade. The tears I cry burn my cheeks as they fall. My heart aches knowing we'll only meet in my dreams. How I long for those happy moments. Your shadow walks beside me as my own. Your halo shine ever so bright, always right above me. You protect me in battles I don't have to fight physically. You go before my prayers to the one above, ensuring that they are heard. I pulsate to the vibrations led by you. I follow your rhythm and move robustly, for I believe in you. I believe in me. For what will happen and what has happened is fate. It's destiny. I pulsate to the vibrations led by you. I follow your rhythm and move robustly, for I believe in you. I believe in me. For what will happen and what has happened. Life has given me lemons, so I've made lemonade. Bittersweet moments. Life has given me lemons.
All right, this is a fucking beautiful production. Damn. The build up, the sequencing, the I'm gonna I told you about the synth chord, the synthesizer. I have a lot of things processing in my head. I'm trying to process everything, but I'm trying to calm down and tell you specifically what and what. Let's start with the synth. The synth chord was introduced in a manner of which it crippled in, it sneaked in, where you thought it's just gonna be, I forgot the production term, but you thought it's gonna be that element, that element like your snares that just plays on a low volume, or the one that just has a touch, that just adds a touch towards the production. But Brother Soul did it in a manner of like, Brother Reggae did it in a manner of like, it crippled in, and then it was like, no, this is the synthesizer, this is the chord that's gonna pull everything together, which I told you about in the specific aspect of the beginning of the song. It pulled everything together, it sucked everything into life. And then you hear that do-do-do-do, that do-do-do-do chord, element, instrument, musical term that fits in. I love the fact that he played it and added into and and added effects of a decay and delay, where you wouldn't specifically know if this is just a normal chord that's playing, and then the delaying cycle of it has a touch towards it. It's like do when you least hear it, you think that's just gonna be the do and then it just delays it a bit and pulls the song together. But Reggae, my brother, you produce a fucking dope song. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to this production, guys. I have to cut it here due to time purposes. But tune on to every, is it DSS platforms or all digital streaming platforms? Yeah, DSP. I don't know the abbreviation, but it's available on all digital streaming platforms, and you can just tune out and hear the full version of it. But it's a beautiful production, and I told you the story about it. Even when a lot of chaos of productions were introduced of elements, but the main aspect of it, which is the vocal, still played its role. So this has been a good exclusive indeed. Um, you know what to do. There's more exclusive coming up. Trust me. There's more promotion and exclusive coming up of good music that I didn't even realize is out there. So, it's your boy, the one and only, the deepest, signing out. Peace. See you on the next run.